Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you how to work with patterns when it comes to fringe earrings. You'll need a pencil as well as some markers, and then you can print out these. There's a link to print out these patterns via the description and my website. This first one is just an overall double stack fringe pattern that you can use, and you can create anything in here that you want. The other pattern I have is set for the easy fringe earrings. I have a tutorial for them just right above right here. And this one you can use to then customize those earrings and do a bunch of different patterns. So you can download both of these and play around. We're going to start with this one because it'll go with the tutorial. Zooming in nice and close here, we can see what it looks like. So I've got all my markers and we can start coloring. First step is to understand the pattern. Now you can see here there is somewhat of a thick line in the middle. I'm just gonna highlight it for you right here. So this line is gonna be the bottom of our brick stitch area between it and the fringe. So up top, as you can see, is where we're going to brick stitch, and then all below is the fringe. So keep this in mind while you're designing the pattern, as well as when you go to execute the pattern, you need to know which beads go where. So I'm just going to take my marker and start kind of playing around and making a pattern. I'm working on the brick stitch area first. You can start on the fringe or the brick stitch area, totally your choice. And then I decided to add some blue as well, so I just grabbed my other marker and started coloring as well. This part of the process can be really fun, but it also helps, like I said, to use the pencil to make sure that you can go back and fix any mistakes if you're working on a more complicated pattern. On this next one, I went for more of an abstract kind of blob pattern, so I'm just coloring that in as I go to make a kind of cool camo kind of print, it looks like. I also drew a line to signify where I want the pattern to end. For the next pattern, I wanted to do something more complicated, so I'm trying to work on a land back pattern. I recommend if you're doing any really complicated patterns that have letters or tiny details, that you use Delica beads. They are the most consistent when it comes to seed beads, and they're going to help you to actually have that pattern really visible and clear. Whereas Miyukis aren't quite as consistent, but they will still work well, and I would not recommend using check beads when you're doing complicated patterns or just patterns in general on fringe earrings unless they're really simple. Moving on to our other pattern sample, I'm going to use this when I don't know how big I want my piece to be, but I know I need to fit a certain subject within my piece. So I'm going to start in the middle by starting to add my pattern. For this one, I'm going for like an abstract floral kind of pattern. So I'm just kind of coloring that in. Once I have the flowers I like, then I'm just going to outline around it to figure out the shape of my earrings. And then I can just go ahead and start filling in the rest of the pattern to make it all kind of come together. And that's it. Super easy. You've played with your patterns. Now, if you want to learn how to make the earrings, just go check that video up in the description. Thank you so much for watching. And have a beautiful day.